Hello, my name is Marcello. Welcome to the Source AV Design Group's YouTube channel. Today we will discuss Sennheiser's latest HD500 series open back headphones, the HD550. We will discuss their build quality, design, and sound quality paired with several headphone amplifiers and Dacs, such as the Ferrum WANDLA or HYPSOS 2 stack, Ferrum HYPSOS, Cord Hugo 2, and the Wu Audio WA22 and McIntosh MHA200 headphone tube amplifiers. I will also make some comparisons to the Sennheiser HD650 as well as the HD620s, so stick around to get my thoughts. Let's first discuss the HD550's build quality, comfort, and technical design. Priced at $349, but currently on sale at the time of creating this video for $299.95, the extremely lightweight and comfortable HD550, weighing around 237 grams, is a pleasure to wear even for longer listening sessions. Some listeners may wish the HD550 had the padding and headband design of the HD600 series headphones, but I find the headband to be quite comfortable. Those of you with larger ears will find your ears touching the internal pads, again, a benefit of the larger size HD600 series headphones. However, the ear pads are very soft and comfortable, made from synthetic velour. The headphones seem to be made primarily of plastic-type materials with a single left-sided 1.8 meter 3.5 millimeter included cable with a 1/4 inch adapter. The HD550 is an open-back over-ear headphone featuring a frequency response of 6 Hz to 39.5 kHz, an impedance of 150 ohms, a sound pressure level of 106.7 dB, and a total harmonic distortion of less than 0.2% according to Sennheiser. The headphones are easy to drive and don't require an amp in most cases and can be driven off my MacBook Pro's headphone output as well as a PS5 controller. However, running them with a high-quality amplifier and high-quality DAC is still my preferred method of listening. Still, if you're starting on your headphone journey and want to be able to plug directly into your computer or tablet, in most cases the HD550 headphones should work just fine in this regard. The HD550 uses dynamic driver transducers made in Ireland by Sennheiser. The transducers are angled back towards the ear, which many longtime Sennheiser listeners will appreciate. I vastly prefer the clamping force of the HD550 when compared to the HD650's tighter clamp force. However, I do prefer the headband padding and cutout of the HD650 and HD620s. Overall, it is evident that there is a substantial difference in build quality between the HD600 series of headphones and the HD500 series of headphones. However, for the price of the HD550, many listeners will be pleased with the build and comfort of these headphones. The headphones also include a drawstring bag for storage. Overall, for the price, the headphones are well built. So let's talk about how the HD550 sounds. Warm, intimate, and filled with emotion are a few things to describe the overall sound signature of the HD550. Their sound signature should be very pleasing to many listeners. The instrument timbre is natural sounding and the vocals sound full and never harsh. The bass is full sounding with a decent punch to it. The lower mid-range and mid-range proper are the real stars of the show. The headphones feature a rich and enveloping mid-range that sounds spectacular with both instruments and vocals. The treble is present, but relatively smooth sounding, which should be very welcome to listeners seeking to avoid bright sounding or overly boosted headphones in the upper mid-range or lower treble regions. For listeners who like a bit more treble extension and clarity like found on the HD600 headphones, the HD550 leans closer to the HD650 sound rather than the HD600 sound. More on this in a moment. The soundstage of the headphones is pretty intimate, offering a in-your-head type of listening experience. While a tube amp like the MHA200 from McIntosh, a personal favorite of mine for the HD550, or the WA22 from Wu Audio, will help the soundstage expand and breathe a little between instruments and vocals, don't expect a large or wide sense of sound from the HD550 as they are intimate at their core. The headphones are primarily focused on the left, center, and right of the soundstage, but are capable of reproducing sounds traveling across the stage from movies or soundtracks if they are produced in this way. I believe the magic of the HD550 will be about the natural, emotional, and intimate quality of sound that sounds terrific with male and female vocals. The bass quantity will also be welcomed by many listeners who feel that the HD650 or HD600 didn't have the quality or amount of bass they prefer. Comparing the HD550 with the HD650 headphones, there appears to be a more pronounced bass presentation from the HD550 with a greater emphasis on sub-bass rumble. The quality of the bass sounds more refined on the HD650, however. Listeners who prioritize a bit more bass quantity and bloom may prefer the HD550's bass signature. The overall sound of the HD650 sounds more refined, especially when paired with a high-quality tube amp, as the headphones scale more in sound quality than the HD550. However, for listening on a tablet or laptop, the HD550 would be the better choice. Both headphones present vocals beautifully when compared to each other. The HD650 presents vocals with a bit more clarity and upper mid-range energy, which helps to separate vocals more than the HD550 on the soundstage. Both headphones have a spectacular mid-range for listeners who prefer a very mid-range focused type of sound. Again, it is the HD650 sound that I prefer in the mid-range when paired with tube amplification. The mid-range sounds more open and refined, with a bit more clarity when it comes to both vocals and instruments. Treble-wise, neither headphone is bright sounding and will not sound offensive in the treble regions. Listeners who prefer a more airy and treble-focused sound quality will likely find the HD550 and HD650 to sound a bit soft in this regard. When listening with a good tube amplifier, the soundstage of the HD650 sounds better, more separated, more spacious, and just better layered compared to the more affordable HD550. However, both headphones have a fairly intimate soundstage. When comparing their regular prices, the HD550 is priced at $349, and the HD650 is priced at $579.95. So I recommend giving both a listen to determine if you feel the price difference is worth it to you. With both headphones on sale right now and a price difference of about $180, I still believe the HD650 offers better long-term value due to its superior build quality, improved sound quality when paired with a proper amplifier, and 300 ohm design that excels with tube amplification. Let's briefly compare the HD550 with the HD620S closed-back headphones for those of you who may have purchased the HD620S recently and are curious how the two headphones compare. The headphones are more closely priced, with the HD620S typically selling for $399.95 and currently on sale for $329.95. Both headphones use Sennheiser's 150 ohm driver. The HD550 has the sweeter sounding mid-range and again presents more bass quantity and sub-bass energy when compared to the HD620S. The HD620S's bass sounds tighter and more dynamic, however. The HD620S's mid-range also sounds more focused in the upper mid-range and lower treble regions, adding more clarity to vocals and instruments, which presents a more exciting and detailed sound quality than the HD550 and HD650 headphones. I believe the sound will be appreciated by listeners who want a more detailed and technical type of sound, with an emphasis on the upper mid-range and lower treble regions, leaning closer to the HD600 type of sound, but in a closed-back set of headphones. For listeners who like a warmer leaning, more forgiving, sweeter type of sound, the HD550 or HD650 will still likely be better options if you don't need closed-back headphones. I prefer the build quality and materials of the HD620S, and the clamp force is better than the HD650 headphones, but not as soft as the clamping force of the HD550. I enjoy all three headphones, and they all represent a good value in the headphone world, especially when on sale, like at the time of publishing this video. As always, the best way to determine which headphones you prefer is to visit our headphone bar and 10,000 square foot showroom to give them all a listen with numerous different amplifiers and Dacs. If you're not in Southern California, then keep an eye out for the next closest Can Jam in your region. For my personal preferences, I would love the sound of the HD650 paired with the excellent clamping force of the HD550. If you can get past the clamping force of the HD650, I still believe those headphones are one of the best headphones Sennheiser has ever made. Suppose the clamping force is too much for you on the HD650. In that case, I recommend giving the HD550 headphones a listen, as they are excellent sounding headphones that share some similarities in sound with the HD650 while also being very comfortable to wear. No doubt the HD550 will be a fantastic headphone found in many HeadFi listeners' collections for years to come. For more information on any of the products discussed in this video or to make a purchase, please visit the links in the video description. Also, TSAV has added some great options on our website. Our rewards program lets you earn points for discount coupons on future purchases. We have also expanded our financing options, so check those out and sign up for the rewards program today. We have some exciting videos coming this year featuring new product announcements, so please consider subscribing to our channel. From $150 earphones to multi-million-dollar home audio, cinema, and automation, TSAV is a hi-fi paradise for building the system of your dreams. This is the part of the video where we'd love for you to share your thoughts on these headphones in the comments. Which do you prefer? And let us know why. Until next time, friends, remember, let the music be your guide.